Hey everyone, welcome. I'm going to hop into a best of one premiere draft of Crimson Vow. Chat has spoken. I'm doing the sweatsuit later today, which will be best of three. So we're kicking off today with this morning here in Seattle with a little best of one. Regardless of what time zone it is for you, you can access cardkingdom.com 24/7. It's a website where you can acquire everything you need for your physical Magic game. They're not going to help you with arena gems or whatever, but I suppose by saving you some money and letting you get some good cards at a good price, maybe you have some extra money to put into arena. Although, who would do that? We're around here, we draft for free around here. Who puts money into arena, like constructed players and that kind of weird. Anyway. Put in money into Card Kingdom, though. Please do it via my affiliate links. Lets them know you got there from here and helps keep my sponsor happy with me. Let's see if we're going to be happy with our picks here. Hop right in, get into the draft view. See what these packs have for us. If I'm not going to force anything, but if I really have not yet drafted any kind of red-black aggro blood vampire deck, and I know it's like one of the, if not the top archetypes in the format, so but that's why I can't really like force it. If your plan is to force the best archetype in the format, you may experience some problems there, but I do want to look for it. Well, another one I like, we did this yesterday, was the red-blue. What is this? Is this support red-blue? Is this worth taking first pick? What is it? 2/4 for 3. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead, you may play those cards this turn. Interesting. So you double draw, but you got to just... bugged rare? What do you mean? Oh, should I not take it? Or should I take it and get a free draft? Well, what else is here? We could just take the Wandering Mind. Yeah, I mean, this is what I wanted to take. Blood Hypnotist, no. Oh, look, there's a couple other spells here. Maybe we'll wheel something like that. Repository Scob would go in the deck. Also, there's nothing much else going on here. Is there a way to... Oh, so it's bugged in my favor even? So it's, like, better than... So then I, like, okay, great. I like Visionary here as just even a 3/1 for 2 in this format has gone up for me because of training, although not like we're headed on a training path. But I also, you know, just has, it's doing more of this thing. I think we just want to get like cheap interaction and stuff, like chills. Well, that's not cheap, but it would be with a zombie. Anyway, yeah, let's take it. I don't know what people are talking about. If somebody, like, I don't know what the bug is or what people mean, or so is from my perspective, I'm just drafting Magic. Hero's Downfall is certainly the best card in this pack. It's double black, but if we're not taking that, what are we taking? A Repository Scob to chase this dream? Why not just take the black card if I'm looking to lean red-black anyway? Probably not. It's probably, if it's in my favor, it would be, I would expect other people getting free drafts from me playing them. Suitor seems fine. And it's a vamp, and it's the red. Yeah, so maybe we won't play the bug card because we'll get into the vampire lane. But let's see. Ooh, and then a Bleed Dry 5th? That seems real. So probably just not playing this at this point anyway. I don't love being split exactly 50-50. I would rather be 3-1 or something so that you could back out of one color and know solidly that you're in one versus the other. Blood Fountain, I just love more and more as I play it, but I don't even know what Wedding Security is. 3 black for a 4/4. When it attacks, you may sack a blood token. If you do, +1/+1 counter on... Ooh, and draw a card. Yes, please. That last 3 words got me. Courier Bat has been pretty cool. It's not always easy to get the life in this kind of deck, though. We could just take the Celebrant. Belligerent Guest is interesting too, but this dies into a blood token. Let's just take the Celebrant. Yeah, right. That's why it's like it's kind of just your air Windrake in this type of deck, right? So it didn't feel correct. Okay, if we're doing Vamps, this is great. And yes, as it pointed out to me, I kind of read this really quickly before and saw it as a modal spell. Oh, choose one or the other, but no, it's one or both. So, looks like I'm getting my wish. We're kind of getting a vampire deck flowing my way here. How's the curve? Shocking, we need more 2s, but that was looking pretty good overall. Heavy black, but we're going to need heavy red for early red, so I don't love... Evolving Wilds are kind of at their worst in aggro, but I'd still like an Evolving Wilds for this deck, given up the mana requirements I'm already seeing from it. Blood Hypnotist doesn't seem great, but it's a vampire, and I think we want that more than Ancestral Anger or Specimen. So, pretty aggro vamp, though. That's doing the thing. It's right on plan. So here's where we take a Courier Bat, because what else? Yeah, this is not doing... I mean, terrible on D. It literally does not block. So, yeah. Okay, well, here's Gift, and here's this Epicure everybody likes. Are we taking Epicure or Gifts? My inclination is Gifts, especially because, you know, it does pump vampires, which is legit. Okay, well, looks like some in chat wanted the Epicure. I took Gifts, but we'll see. Maybe I'll regret that. Pick 12 Celebrant seems fantastic. 11 playables out of the first pack, and they're good ones. I don't hate any card currently in our deck. Courier Bat I'd like to cut. Last pick Ripsaw. Again, I haven't been beat by this yet, but I feel like I'm gonna. Like it. This scares me, but I don't know. It hasn't really been a thing in my experience. Wow, what a miserable pack for black-red Vamps. Do we just take the Servitor? I feel like that wheels, but I don't like the Traveler. I mean, it's... Are we doing humans? How many humans do we have? I mean, we're doing vampires, but maybe we have spare humans. One human? Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, it's an opponent human. Sorry, thanks. So that's even worse. Like, I can't even control that at all. I think if you care about such things, you should just take gems here. I'm going to just take the Servitor. Yeah, I don't want to play this, and especially pack 2 pick 1 it. That's just in a format we're talking about being princely. If this is your pick 1 out of any pack in a princely format, you ain't happy about it. Not happy about this in the rare slot either. It's not really a rare for us. So this is more Garbo. What is with these packs? We'll take a pointed discussion. We get the blood token, and red-black is so removal heavy that it tends to like card draw because you can win attrition wars. Now, we're trying to be aggressive, but you can't always just choose to be aggressive in any limited game you want. So at least having some card draw into extra removal can pull you. Yeah, I could have taken Combatants, but I really think that, well, if you show me that we're getting pointed discussion this pack, then sure. And are we being cut? What is going on? This is so miserable. Window any good? Let's see. Creatures attacking you get -1/-. It. No. I think window is great. Are we really playing that? Yeah, but I could see it helping in a race. But I'll take it because I don't care about anything else here, but I don't think we're playing this. I'm going to move it in the board right now. We can discuss it later if we think it's really a thing. Maybe we'll wheel this Epicure and get to put that in the deck. There's a Gluttonous Guest, but we're going to take another Bleed Dry. Yeah, and see, two Bleed Dries, a Hero's Downfall. We'll probably pick up Gift of Fangs, find some Red Burn or whatever, and then this card draw helps because that's how you can just come out way ahead in the attrition war. 6 mana is just a lot. If you are getting beat down and you need to kill 3 drops to stay alive, you're just like, I can't spend 6 mana to kill a 3-drop. Celebrants, or do we, I mean, there's this. Is this not a good enough build around? Celebrants are just better. We like these. All right. Just asking. Nobody was even talking about this. Yeah, this has been a miserable pack 2 overall. But back-to-back Celebrants. And I don't... we can also get a pick 6 Blood Servitor if we want. Oh, you messing with me, Arena? Come on. All right, I think I managed to pick it. Belligerent Guest, the Evolving Wilds I want, or the Epicure for low curve. Belligerent Guest versus Epicure, I'm not sure where you're all at on those two. Is this that important? You say easy guest. Krauser says it's easy. Ooh, well. So the packs were just bad is what we're learning, or at least we're not fighting for this color pair, because if you're getting an 8th pick Blood Tithe Harvester, it means that every other drafter at the table passed it. So at least we're the only red-black drafter, because this is absurd in this deck. It was when I finally read twice the number of blood tokens that I fully understood this card. I was like, this is okay, but you gotta really pile up the blood tokens to twice the number of blood. Oh, right. Specimens? But are we ever playing either of these? I don't think the deck needs either of these, but sure, we'll take... I guess we have red-black with potential sacrifice, so we can take this, but I'm gonna pull it. We're not... Come on, get out of here. Get out of here! This came around anyway. So we seem to be in an open color, and we just got about half the packs in this pack were just bad. Pummeler still here. Says, I mean, again, if this gets killed without being damaged, it really is underwhelming. Maybe I just take the 3-drop that, while not on creature type plan, you know, a 3/2 that dies into a scry is, or you know, a surveil is not the worst. Archghoul doesn't do nothing. Again, I mean, I'm hoping we don't play it either one, really. But let's see here. Traveler, here it is again. Or Socialite, or what? Belligerent Guest. I think Socialite, we don't have much going on at 4, right? Yeah, let's get a Socialite. That's a good spot in the curve. Or we can take Statuette here, I suppose. Yeah, I feel you. I do want an Evolving Wilds. I'm going to take Socialite. That's where we have a hole in the curve there. It's a great place to get a quality creature that leverages the blood. We can take another one here even. What do we... There's another Celebrants, but I think I want second Socialite over third Celebrants. And Farmer's interesting too, but Socialite, excellent. Farmer does enable the bat, but I'm probably just cutting the bat, if we're honest. And probably cutting this. Hopefully we're going to... And this is a nice pickup. Hopefully we're just going to be nice, solidly Vamps. So I'm going to hope that's the case. Although Stinger... Too good not to take. You'll sack anything that's a little underwhelming on the board for this. I hope so, Prof. If you're doing Stinger to the face, it probably means you're winning the game. Here's an Evolving Wilds we can get. I would like a Belligerent Guest here as well. Wouldn't even mind another 2, even though it's off Tribe. We're pretty low on 2s. Do I need to just take a filler 2 over the Evolving Wilds, given our current curve? I don't think this deck is busted because we're not strong enough at 2, honestly. I think if we had strong 2s, because the mana is so tough... Yeah, in fact, I'm going to take it. The mana is really tough in this deck. We're asking a lot of it. And now it's just a curve question. 3s are pretty thick. There's no 2 to take. Yeah, I guess there is a 2 to take, right? Yeah, I haven't really done this one, but I guess this is the deck. No double red, but I want to play Epicures on turn 1 and Downfalls on turn 3, ostensibly, right? That's the challenge. Here's a guest we can grab, and I don't want the Fugue, don't want the Hearse. Yeah, here we'll take this guest. Another guest, but another Wedding Security. Can we support more 5s? I feel like we've got... Well, we don't have that many. 4 5s seems like fine, given the power that they represent with the blood tokens. So I'm going to do that. We can still take this uncommon. Came back around to us. Yet another guest. This we can play on 2 at least. Let's take that. Celebrants number 3. I think we... Well... Yeah, I mean, we can play it on 2, right? It doesn't quite impact the board on 2 the way you want. Same thing with a Wedding Invitation. But it's things to do. And here's another Belligerent Guest we can consider. I don't really want a Lightning Wolf. I love this Lightning Wolf. But sorcery speed. It's that slow lightning. That slow-moving light. Yeah, I think the only thing... this deck seems great. It could just be a little thicker at 2. Fell Stinger, point of discussion. Here's Downfall. Yeah. I think we do that. Let's... We have things that care about vampires. Maybe I'm cutting things because they're not vampires when it's like, what actually cares about the word, the type vampire? The blood... This cares about blood tokens, not vampires. This cares about vampires a lot, but it doesn't need... Like, this doesn't really care whether you've got 9 or 10 vampires, right? You just need a density so that that second mode does something. So I'm just looking at that and saying maybe like I'm overrating worrying about cutting the human, you know? Yeah, right. So the human should be considered a possibility. It might be a better 3-drop than other stuff we're considering for how we're trying to win this game. But yeah, it's not great. It's got the does something kind of interesting, and then it becomes underwhelming. Well, we don't have any blood on the. I mean, I guess we could play more celebrants if we really are and a blood servitor. So if you really think that we could do this, here's like all the blood, right? Except bloody betrayal. I'm not willing to do that. We just don't have enough sack outlets. So now let's cut from here. 19 and 9. Probably need to cut one of these, though. This is too many 5s. I was on one celebrant, and although this is the one looking to sack blood tokens, maybe we just want to make more of them. Yeah, I was on cutting a celebrant anyway. I mean, this is the uncommon, right? And usually, it's not always the case, but typically the uncommon is more where you want to be. Do we let go the wedding invitation, or is this doing enough for us? We're not playing the lifelink payoff, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't want to. I like 17 with the wilds. I think that's a nice. I don't want to cut any or add any lands. Not cutting. Let's see. Could cut this. It does have application, but we could cut one. Is Blood Hypnotist our worst 3? Or is Belligerent Guest our worst 3? Servitors are our worst 3s, right? So maybe just, like we don't need blood this much, right? If we were a vampire, yeah. So let's not cut the guests, and let's cut the artifacts, and then the hypnotist as well. We are sacking blood tokens. We do it mid-combat, like we attack with wedding security. We sack a blood token. It triggers the hypnotist. They can't block. I've been clinging to pointed discussion because we have so much removal, but we could get rid of it. If we consider wedding security our card draw, that's a fair point. A fair point. I'm hilarious accidentally. You all are so lucky. Yeah, that card makes blood tokens. I don't know. At some point, we got to cut something, though. You really want to run it? Statuette Seems Bad is called. You get a blood token, and we are going to be like, well, let's look at how many blood tokens we have. Look at all these blood tokens we're making. One dies into him, makes one, gains them. Okay, this doesn't make them, but uses them. Makes them, makes 2. So it's hard to know where to put everybody. This is 41 cards, though. Oh, is there a fountain I'm not playing? I cut. The fountain's the one drop raised dead, right? We don't have one of those? We're talking about this. Is this the fountain? You'd cut a celebrant reluctantly. We only need to make one cut. Here, sorry, I'll get into this view. That'll help a little bit, but no matter what, it covers up something. Well, we can just cut the statuette. I agree that it's a little sketchy. Be interesting if it were like whenever a blood token enters the battlefield or you sacrifice one, if it could double up its attack potential. But yeah, it's not very accurate. Let's try this. I want to get playing. Vamping. We need a non-spoilery vampire nod. Doesn't suck. Good enough. Any bling redeemed? Oh yeah, I forgot the meme for luggage. Here you go. Let's do that. Oop. Free Bramble meme for you, and where'd it go?
Carry on my wayward son.
Fell Stinger, obviously at its best when you have many sacrificial lambs, but the effect is so good that you're gonna play it every time. I mean, just let's say it didn't have exploit and were merely a 3/2 death touch for 3. That wouldn't be great, but I'd still play that in this deck just as a good beater that can trade up at some point. But the ability to take something that has lost its relevance, especially I'm looking at you, Epicure. Our dream sack target is the Epicure, but really we would do anything like, or sack a Celebrant and get a blood token out of it, right? So the point is it gives you 2 when you do that. Yeah, you can also just, like we were talking about, we cut. It's a great point, Jim. Like, where's the spell we cut? Oh, here it is. Pointed discussion, right? So it effectively can be a pointed discussion. It's an alternate. It's a 3/2 death touch for 3 or a pointed discussion. Close. So that's why you play it no matter what, even if you're not really doing the exploit thing. And you're still on statuette over second guest. Okay, well, there you go. When we have a belligerent guest and no 2-drop, you can say that 50-50 could have been a statuette. But I'm going to go with this. I definitely think that statuette is sus. Rob says, very good. Again, well, maybe we'll mix it up. I'm going to start without it. I'll bring it in. Unless we just get clocked and are done in a blink of an eye, we'll try it with this in at some point. I'm in for science, but I like to start where I think the best deck is and then apply some science later. Let's do these. You're way too late, Hat. Or apply science when we're 02. Yeah, whatever. It's not that important. Let's play. Well, not quite the aggro start we want, but you can't really throw this back. It does start on 3 at least. And we have 2 draws for a 2-drop. Or 1 drop even. Not 2 drops for 1. 2 draws for a 1 drop. Anyway. Yeah, this is a very, very popperly version of a deck in this format. And here's a 1 drop. Go get ourselves second swamp and thin the deck a bit. And that's why we're doing it. Like, without the Evolving Wilds, maybe that was a mountain, and we end up... Although I'd probably make the Evolving Wilds a swamp if we didn't have it, to be honest. Hey, we found a 2-drop. Fantastic. Let's do that. Well, Alexis, we have this concept called outs. How many outs does one have? How many outs did I have? Not as many as I would have liked, that's for sure. But we did have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards we could have drawn to do something there. 6 total cards we would have been fine to cast. We have the Gift of Fangs as well, but I wouldn't have put it on anything there, so it didn't really matter. Interesting. So are we doing this? No. We'll do this later. We are, well, I guess we do. Well, we do it while our life total is up. I have actual plays. My problem doing it early is that if why not? Why? Because I guess we don't have to do it. It's like I just worry that doing 2 damage to ourselves if we can't do anything when we have other good things to do. Yeah, it's hitting large drops that makes me sad, but it might still be worth doing because we do have a lot of 3s. Like whatever, if we do our lands or 3s. We're pretty thick there. Interesting spot. I'm running out of time though. I'm gonna do this because I'm running out of time. Would have liked to have thought about it a little more, but that's all right. Interesting spot though. I don't think it's obvious. I see where both sides are coming from, and I'm not sure what the time traveling supercomputer says about that. Because, yeah, there's use what you got, good 3-drop. You know, like, it's just the certainty of this, whereas this might just be punch yourself in the face for no value. Nice exploit of the uncommon from Oppo. So we would have played the Harvester. That wouldn't have sucked. But our turn doesn't really suck here either. But hold on. Whoa now, Ryan. What are you doing? I guess we just gotta kill this thing. Kind of like bleed dry this turn, and the next turn we have Harvester and Hero's Downfall. And again, yeah, I'm just going to wait on the Visionary. I'm fine with using what's in hand right now for the sure things that we've got. Although that's not the plan, Ryan. I'm going to do Shields Down then. Ish. She's Shields Down-ish. I know it's not fully down. Yeah, I got mixed up in my own sequencing there. Sometimes I forget the plan I came up with at the beginning of the sentence by the end of the sentence. No, I'm not offering. I still think the Visionary is going to be good for us, just not... I'm just more happy to play out known sure things that are definitely affecting the game in the way I want to right at this very moment. And then digging for stuff later when we're a little bit more, we'll take whatever. That's true. I can flip the suitor. That's fair. We can't worry about the work that's already been done. We just have to ask ourselves if we want that trade for a board situation. The value they got from that thing is gone and done, and now it's just there's a 3/2 and here's our stuff, right? Like, what do we want for current board? What do we want to do about it? Am I weird? My rope has kind of frozen. Y'all still with me? This always makes me nervous when the game starts acting like I'm disconnected. Yeah, I did not intend to attack. Obviously, that was my... All right. Had somebody play this against me and use the Feign Death variant ahead of sacking it. Oh, that... I won that game, though. And then they played a second Harvester. So they got 3 Blood Tithe Harvester activations, but I still won. Is Oppo just AFK? All right, now that there's nothing we can't cast if we hit a 5, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Especially also because I don't really feel the need to downfall any of these. And I can follow up with these if I want to. All right, well, so we're going to use that because we're not going to, I don't want to lose it, so we're going to use it. And we take out the assistant, I guess. Entomber is doing some work, but I think we'll just go for the bigger thing here. Huh. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is more powerful at this stage of the game, but I also don't know how much they're actually rummaging away creatures here. I'm going to go with my gut, which says the assistant, but I'm not 100% of this. I suppose, like, because it kind of is one use, I could have also said, you know what, no, I'm not going to use the Bleed Dry. But... didn't matter. That's all right. We still traded for a card. Yeah, I haven't seen that before. They just actually did the 1 mana wash away. Whoa. Yeah, no blocks here. With removal in hand and a couple of beefies, we have a nice clean attack next turn. I'm going to read the other side of this again. Right, mana doesn't... So we get to use that 2 mana in our second main if we want. All right, that's good too. I mean, they got some value out of the assistant, but they are going to have 0 blockers as we... Well, I don't know. They have 3 mana, so let's see. Maybe they're going to just counter this. Yeah, the pump ability on the card is something we can do, but I just like the conceptually that we're going to have up to 7 mana here. Anything have haste? I don't know my cards well enough. Menace, no, yeah. Could also just send, but then we're trading the suitor, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I could also do the wedding invitation, and then we don't have to use the removal on the assistant. That's interesting. They can still trade for whichever one we don't choose, though, so I don't love that. But we still have Hero's Downfall after that. You just want to trade one off. Just trade one off. Yeah, I guess Hero's Downfall pretty valuable. We get to keep one, and we do get to add a couple to the board here. I think Mike is making a good point. I think I'm getting too attached to these creatures as, like, can't lose them, when we're fine to trade card for card here and then adding more to the board. Yeah, I'll make sure. Well, let's see what we want to use it on. We have, because this survives till next phase. So, yeah. So with 7 mana, that's what I mean. We can go Harvester, Belligerent Guest, Invitation. There's a lot of things we can do here. We'll see. Yeah, I can just do the 4 and the 3. Probably that. Socialite, Guest. I should have thought about that hat. Good point, gang. I just kind of played without really thinking into potential counterspells. Sequence into the blue mana when you're going to 2-spell for sure. Got lucky and there was no pause, but the mistake was not thinking about it at all. We have blood so we could loot away, but do we want to do that? I think we just go Wedding Invitation, Downfall. You want Downfall on the block? Thinking about Downfall on the block, I mean, I guess... But it lets them block. Why do we want to let them block? I don't like that. Although I guess Wedding Invitation doesn't do what I want. It makes something unblockable. It doesn't make something unable to block. So I don't love that. And then, sorry, this is just a little bit complicated for me in the sequencing. That's assuming we're making a lot of assumptions, but I think it's worth sending in to see if they want to. Again, if I just let go a little bit and accept 1-for-1s, this is pretty good for us. We could have done a lot of work up front to just clear the path. But with what we've got behind, I like this angle. Yeah, so this is what I was thinking. What if they do this? Like, do I want this? And it's like, you like keep the guest around. I could kill the flyer and then the guest tramples for full damage. That's fair. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. And then we can play the Harvester and have a great turn set up next turn. And yeah, the blood is no joke to keep feeding the Socialite. I don't know what sweeper... I guess there's that white-black sweeper, but I'm not playing around rares I don't know about here. We're just going to run this out. I'm going to hold the land, though, yeah. Yeah, really, if they play one creature to stabilize, we get it, because we get a 5/5 and a 3/2 attacking, and this can kill up to 4 toughness. And that's why Grizzly Ritual is kind of weak. It's just too expensive, although they did squeeze a 1-drop in there. But we're going to say our Trampler gets through and our Harvester can't be blocked, and then that's going to be worth a lot. But let me play Invitation before anything else. I think we just play Invitation first, because I'm going to use it on the Harvester. But then we can talk Rummage. There we go. So now we just win, because we're going to put this on our Vamp, make this on a... this tramples for 2. This gets in for 5, and it's GG. Doesn't matter. We can do either way. Everybody coming up with a different way to win this game. Here's my way. They're tapped out. I like people... No, I think you should have clicked these buttons to win this game for 100% certainty. No! You should have clicked these buttons to win this game with 100% certainty. Silly. Oppo just doing the math. I get it. That's 2, right? 2 wins? See ya, Samuel. What you making? Can't tell us you're making dinner without telling us what you're making. Oh, that was the first win? Jeez, that game felt like it took forever. Must be me. It usually is. All right, turn 1, Epicure. Show me the magic. Alluring Suitor attacking with Epicure to flip on 4 for an early wedding security, but only 1 swamp right now, but we're still keeping. Actually got 2 double blacks. Again, more reasoning. We're seeing why I like the Evolving Wilds in this one. Yeah, 2-drop would be nice. Get that Suitor flipped without the Suitor even attacking. Not quite, though. Curve out would have been fantastic. As it is, oh, I totally cast this spell last turn and didn't play this meme though. You should get this one.
Are we human? Or are we dancing?
It's a late early meme. You get it early for this game and late for last game. Heck, might not even be a sacrifice. At this point, it trades with something. Hey, another swamp. I am very happy to see that. Turns on the rest of the hand here. Is this a hypnotist spot? No, definitely not. This is a guest or a suitor spot. We'll go suitor. Or we want guest. Maybe we do want guest. Let's do guest, and then we can attack with it in the Epicure and play suitor next turn. You like suitor to set up security? I was on guest to set up suitor. So I'm gonna do that. That's maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go with my gut. See how it works out. I do too much Twitch plays chat. Suitor doesn't. Suitor does block, yes, but so does guest ostensibly. But mainly, I'm thinking that eventually we want to be aggro, and giving ourselves a chance to attack with 2 with a suitor in play seems worth it to me, because it could ramp out something else even. Right, we go 4, spend 3 at a suitor, attack 2, and play hypnotist as well. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe Oppo does something here to change my plan, but that's what I was thinking. Pretty good that Oppo has drawn 3 wretched throngs. It's hard not to say thong, right? You need a thong song meme. And yeah, they're gonna trade their specimen for our Epicure, but I'm gonna do the plan and do it this way. Like in the plan. Easy blocks for Oppo, good blocks for Oppo, but I like the plan anyway. Let's see. No, we got them all. Oh, sorry, Oppo. That is some bad luck, honestly. To draw all 3 of your throngs in the first handful of turns. Really? An arena bug is limiting people to 4 copies of a card? Oh, come on. Oh, software. Software is so damn hard. When it, like, breaks, it just, like, the stuff you did and put behind you breaks on you all the time. So, just checking these things. We have Bleed Dry at instant speed to blow out a double block, which sounds fine. We don't need another land out for that. So I'm going to send in, ideally I just play Wedding Security and we'll see, but it'll be hard. But if they double block, I might just accept the 2-for-1. I'll probably just accept that, trade 2-for-1 and play the Security. Yeah, there's a real temptation to go, haha, I destroy your double block. But in this case, Deadly Dancer has done great work. Thank you for service, Deadly Dancer. We're going to let that happen. Take the 2-for-1 offered for no mana, save the premium removal, and drop an excellent 5-drop. And get in 1 point of trample, no less. So there's a workaround, but it's still bugged. That's kind of what I'm hearing. The shot was like, wait, how did that? What? I thought you were out. That makes sense. Well, this looks great. Do we need to play anything pre-combat for any reason? No. Let's ship it. Boom, boom. Oh, could have just win target game? No. Well, yeah, I can, turns out. I should have paid attention to my draw, though.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Oh, is sorcery speed? Okay, well, that makes sense. It would be a little busted if it were instant. I think of those team pumpers as instants, but sometimes they're sorceries. Nonetheless, still ought to have looked at what I drew with my attack. Might have been something. When you draw cards mid-attack, look at them. It's my big tip for the day. Very nice. Ask him a question about this here Blood Tithe Harvester. Oppo on the mulligan as well. Boo! Good job, Oppo. Gotta do that. That thing. I said we were gonna ask a question. Unfortunately, Oppo had the answer. Cheap one, too. It's so permanent. Wedding security about to get beefy. I'm gonna play the swamp. I know I want 2 of each, and we can draw a card and have both colors available here. Hello, buddy. It's a free attack, but now with the Epicure we have a threat of a block that I like, so I'm gonna wait. I think you mean free attack, that it's a bounce block at worst, but I'm going to threaten blocks. Now we can give up the Epicure, make the Suitor unblockable, and still play Wedding Security and Visionary, right? I want to use this blood for we're drawing cards here. So I don't think we need to do this first per se, but I'm going to play that out. I'm going to make... Well, really, I guess I could make this unblockable, and then if they want to trade for the Suitor, they're trading off this, and that's okay? Yeah, I hear you, Mike. So let's actually make the Epicure the unblockable one and offer up the trade. Yeah, saving the 1/1 doesn't matter that much, but with these coming, I like getting creatures off the board. So I'm going to do it this way. Although lifelink is much better on this thing. Yeah, we could just not even send this, not even do that at all. So then, okay, never mind. I'm going to do it this way. Don't even need to use the invitation yet. I think this is fine. I think this is good. And yeah, we flip it back as well. Fine turn. Fine turn. All these bolts messing with me. It's all right, though. 1 for 1. The bolts have gotten 2 great creatures, but we haven't been blown out on mana. You know, it's been 1 for 2 in both cases. At least we're not getting tempoed out. Hey there, friend. So we're gonna Retribution and be happy that we can do that. Pap! Whap! Oh, yeah.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Deck is rolling. I'm not sure what we're doing between turns like 2 and 5, but we're keeping. And hopefully we draw some answers to that question. Might be rummaging away our extra land with 4 lands. Yeah. Don't think we're suiting up our Epicure with a Gift of Fangs. That would be pretty aggressive against a bounce color. Although Steelclad kind of denying us much action otherwise. But now if we play it, they'd block and it's a 2 for 1. So we probably will just rummage before we untap. We do have 1-drops. I suppose I could rummage now, except we have all of our 1-drops. So there's no 1-drops left. So there's no reason to actually rummage now. Now that will suit up with some fangs. Enchantments make it attack. I was forgetting what did. Really? But it just trades with that. Or am I missing it? It doesn't... But yeah, we'll use the fangs for the rare, but I'm just in the abstract. Or we could make it punch there. We could also Retribution it. That's kind of funny. But let's pitch a swamp. Almost sad to fangs it for 1 mana here. I almost want to let it hit us for a turn and just use my mana here and go 3 mana, because then next turn we can do like Retribution Fangs. I'm gonna do that. Especially since we in hand have a way to slip it in on 4. Yeah, I remember that now. That was pointed out when I was thinking about doing it mid-combat before. A lot of open mana there. Let's start with the Fangs, because if they have Syncopate, we actually pay for it, and we would also learn about it via pause. So I'm going to start with Fangs on the Geist. See if that works. It's the ability to play around Syncopate that has me starting here. And there was a pause there almost suggesting that that's what it could be. We can go Retribution, and then if they can't, they Syncopate that, we at least, you know, either we get in for a big smack, or they counter our least important card in hand. Rending Flame and Celebrants are both, well, Celebrant's pretty good. But like, we got more removal behind. You just like the Flames, huh? I guess if they have bounce, they could really blow us out, huh? That's totally fair. And we're still likely to, at 4 damage, we can get something next turn. I think Math doesn't like the fear of the bounce. That's true. They could have saved the Geist, right? Yeah. That's a great point. Okay, so I'm going to go for the punch then. Wow, they didn't save their own Geist. Well, there you go. The answer is Oppo. Okay. I liked the reasoning there, gang. Oppo just defied our expectations. I still think I was sensing the old Syncopate, but let's go ahead. We got stuff behind to do plenty anyway. Yeah, we'll find out. Well, that worked. What's going on here? That is what the pause was. Man, they had the bounce there. It just kind of blows me away. Well, Celebrants is offering. And then, yeah, let's just do it again. This exile? No. If that permanent is a spirit, also deals. All right, so it does extra. Magic cards have a lot of extra text sometimes. Yeah, we're playing pretty tight on the lands here. We now have a Guest Celebrant or Flame Celebrant. Socialite wants to start chewing these up. But with the Flame at instant, I like continuing to crash in here and letting them line up a double. Try to blow it out. Every time I think I got them understood, though, they surprise me. So let's see what happens here. could just accept this, but I'm going to go for blowing out the double. Hat accepts it. I mean, we even get the 2 off of that. And then we get to follow with another creature. I think this is great. Yep, so does Oppo.
I like to do a little superior dance. Join me, boys.
Baby, how you feeling? Woo, child, tired of the bullshit.
I just feel like we blow out that double block with 2 menace 4/4s, and they are at sweeper mode. That's what I was thinking. All I'm asking for are some low drops. We have both colors of mana. We have 4 mana. We have 3 and good 5s. And we're on the draw. I'm keeping... We could get run over. We might not find what we want, but I'm only asking the deck of one thing. I'm asking for low drops, and the deck has a lot of them. So there you go. I mean, we didn't get a 2, but we did find... Now we're on board on 3. That's why I kept it. Just felt like with 3 draws to find something 3 or less that we were just likely to get there. Oppo curving out nicely, though. Let's go guest, since we may be able to turn this into tokens. Bring in the lumber. Boy, maybe we have to trade for Ancestor, but that thing is just going to start wrecking. So, I say no blocks. We're going to have to find a way to play a controlling game here. Really starts with just killing the lumber knot, I think. We have the tools to do that here with the retribution and shields down. So, and then we can, like, wedding security after that, and then set up for an attack with wedding security that has blood. And yeah, we're not blocking, so I'm attacking. Not personally hat, but I get the feels. Yeah, we're not going to aggro them out here. We need to value them out. We need wedding security to survive and draw some cards off all this blood. Welp. We're black-red, so this thing's going to stay confined. But it is not even the important thing here. At least they're not applying more pressure to the board, and we're about to make an attempt at a stabilization play with a big creature. We'll see if it... I need... With double celebrants, there's an argument for running these out in case they do have removal, and then dropping this when the coast is clear, and then taking over the long game with wedding security. Since we haven't really put too much out for them to want to get, and they've even killed the one thing we did do, I am going to go celebrants and ask them the question. All right, they're saying, no problem, we got this. I am going to call all of this stuff and trade for whatever resources they have. Again, trying to land a security and then taking over on the resource front. One and a half for one. We get a card and half of this card for that block. Belligerent Guest Visionary gives us potentially 2. We can also go Suitor Visionary, and if we feel like we can take it, we can attack and flip Suitor, and potentially if we draw another land, even go Security Guest next turn. 2 blockers is interesting. This is, you figure, is gonna if they put it here, it's not that great. Yeah, I'm gonna do the double spell. If they kill one of our creatures, we still have a blocker, and currently their aura in the graveyard isn't that great on the one creature they have out there. Oh, I should read that? All right, fine. So what is it? Ah, it's funny. It actually matters. You're right, Hat. I don't think it matters enough. I mean, it's good to know, but like, we continue to be in this control situation where they're going to crush us on life total for a while, and we need to get there on board control. X and you gain X life. Clean. So they did that. Okay. So we are getting them to use their removal here. And now I like 2 spelling again. Celebrant and Guest, and continue to offer some marginal creatures that can get us the blocks we want. You like security, Mike? I like continuing to 2-spell. I like just continuing to use everything but this stuff to try and get their resources done. Now we gotta get this thing dead, or we're dead. We can draw cards with Fell Stinger, but we shorten our clock to do so. Yeah, it's true. I'm not really paying attention to the statue. At least we got a Death Toucher on the ground, but now I think we do need the security. Do we have attacks otherwise? We can certainly send in the Guest, and we can send in the Suitor. This can't beat the Suitor. I trade this for the Guest, and they're never blocking up here, right? And then we get 7 mana, although it doesn't really matter because we can't 2-spell. I can add to the Suitor, I suppose. Do we need the ground blockers? That's the other thing. Maybe I can't attack. Yeah, we could loot with one of the mana. That's interesting. We send the first striker, though, they can just eat it. Or is this other creature? Another target creature. Okay, yeah, no, then we can send that. Great. Yeah, let's do that then. Sorry, not a reading stream. Now I understand what Suitor does.
Are we human? Or are we dancers?
Today I learned what a card I've played many times with and against actually does. Hey, I like that. Unless there's a Feign Death in hand. Yeah, they don't want to give up the Quartermaster. Wow, I'm not sure they read the card. We'll see if this is a reading stream for Oppo. If they've got the Feign Death, then it is. And they're a diamond. I expect that they know what's up here, but we're going to do it. Yeah, you think it's just getting Lumberknot back? I'm cool with that. Although 27 to 10, maybe I shouldn't be. We'll find our removal. It's all gonna be fine. Security? Can you escort this quartermaster from the building, please? Well, I'm glad they put it there because we need that thing dead anyway. And we have... I guess we attack with security and see if we just naturally draw such a thing. Lumberknot. Deadly Dancer is... Wait, this is combat damage. So it's a 4/4 on combat. So we don't send anything but the security here. You'd like the 3/2 trample? What are we sending that for? I mean, they got a 4/4. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't going to send the dancer. Can it pump itself? It can't pump itself, right? Oh, and look. No, now I understand the card. Okay, I lied before. Now I understand the card. Now I do. Now I do. I do now. I do. Yeah, we don't, but we can send it anyway because it becomes 4. So I like it. I think I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Who knows? But we kind of need to find removal for this thing anyway, or we're dead. I mean, this is kind of still like we're getting all aggro at 7 to their 26 because we quote have good attacks, but it's the Fell Stinger that makes me okay with this though. Ooh, a little lifelink, not the worst if we can survive. And so what I'm going to do here is rummage away a swamp looking for the 4-mana removal spell. Failing that, we drop a Fell Stinger and just have a Death Toucher to block with. I think that's what we need to do because it's hard to go to our face with this too on this board situation. So let's go. Anyway, I'm going to do that here. No luck on that. Could play another one of these. Play the land. Stinger. All right, last chance. Do we exploit something here? Yeah, we could invitation first. I suppose I should have. I'm going to decline. I was thinking I didn't have the land, but I do. So it's a wrong direction here. And maybe I'm supposed to exploit. I'm being a chicken. I should go to 5. Between the rope and my life total, I just decided to play conservatively, but maybe I was supposed to draw there. That's good news. They're only sending that. Yeah, I just was afraid of even making it to next turn, Mike. But again, I was probably just being overly cautious. Not what we wanted, but let's definitely give this security freedom to attack and gain us 6 life. If we're sending anything else, we could send the stinger and it trades with everything, but this is an easy block here that I don't even want to give them because then they put it on this and we're dead in the air. So we need to draw something with, well, we don't need to. We're going to get some life back, but I'm only sending security. You send suitor too. And got to do this now. Might have to shrink the flyer, but I'm going to start with looting. Rummaging, I mean. All right, with another wedding security, we're going to play that. Do we want to fang something? Because next turn we can celebrants and draw off security again. No, it's an extra draw next turn. I don't think that's nothing. And we still get to fang the flyer if we want. Right? All right, let's fang the flyer then. Uh-oh. Gain 2 life. You may pay 2 and draw a card. Well, we kept him from drawing an extra card. Oh, wait. Did they get something? How did they... What else did they get? What did I miss? They just got 1. Oh, no? It's not that. I must have missed it. But look what we got! Oh, 1 life is enough. Sorry, it was pay 2. Yeah. I was thinking it needed to be 2. I can't read today. This is definitely not a reading stream. You're seeing it loud and clear today. So we have the celebrants and draw, but this is what we wanted to draw. Are we in a spot where we just get them now? We kill the 6/6 and send in... Right? We gotta do that. Yeah, but do you want to kill something before we swing? I just don't like letting them block with this if we're going to kill it anyway. That's my consideration. And like, right, we got to get rid of it to do such an attack, right? Yeah, I'm with that. Let's do it. No pausing. Now, if we swing away, what do we can definitely send this, definitely send this. This trades with everything. We could send that. We don't get to draw here. Send this. And then leave these back to chump. Can almost... Yeah, we can send this too. Like keeping the Death Toucher back? Yeah, we could do it that way. How about this? I'm also, again, running out of time. Gotta come up with something there, Ryan. I'm a little worried they can go infantry back onto the Quartermaster for some big life swingies. But we got to do something here. This is fine. Well, they haven't even settled on blocks yet. Let's let them settle their blocks and then decide what we're doing. I mean, we have nothing else to spend the red on, so we're definitely going to pump. But let's see how they block. Shields down, but how are we shields up? What are we trying to hold up? I don't understand what we're holding up. All right, so here's the offer. We could just accept this, but there's no reason, again, there's no reason not to do this. All right, a little clunky in my flow here, but I think that was good for us. Certainly not a settled ball game here. All right, well, could also just rummage this away. I'm gonna start here with it and then attack though. Oh, I guess I didn't need, I was thinking I needed a blood token to feed the 2 securities, but we're down a security. That's why I did it pre, but we had the 1 blood we needed, sorry. I think we needed 2. Let's go boom, boom. Yeah, we're swinging away though. This is all swinging away here now. And I've also, oh, we lost the dancer anyway, so that's fine. Yipe! No counters though, right? Good, all right. And then probably one, well, this does gets him to 5. Do we want to play this to get him to 5, or do we want to pitch this to find something better? Yeah. It deals damage, but Mike is on board of rummaging this. But it does get him to 5 and we get wider. Interesting question. I don't know, Mike. I'm going to go for playing it, but I feel you. That's the question. Do we rummage or do we play that thing? I don't know. Some people want rummage. Here, let's poll that one. Now, we won the game, but do you like rummage or play there? Curious where chat is at. Well, those of you who called 5 in the par poll, you're probably wrong, because hopefully we win more from here. Neither. I should put it neither on the list, Alexis. You're right. It's a legit line for sure. Oh, wait, here. We also said... we were going to try this statue thingy. If I play it and lose, though, I'm cutting it. And so we're going to bring that in and cut... what's been our worst performer? Maybe the Blood Hypnotist? It's had some moments, but it's not quite where I want to be. I think I like Guest better than Hypnotist, especially since Guest is making blood tokens for the statuette. I think this has been still okay. I still like this better than the hippie. I'm gonna do this. Let's try it.
are so many.
I have so many old memes, Alexis. They just go on forever. Here, I'll do one basically at random.
Welcome to Miller Time. It's brewed here. It's yours and mine.
Archer.
Archer? Archer. Archer! Archer!
What? God!
Warriors.
Now what's with this cube?
Play.
Usually doesn't break midstream like this. And I thought with us being 5-0, maybe it's just having a hard time pairing us. But this is getting a little long in the teeth.
Where are we going? To Neverland. Neverland. Neverland.
Neverland.
Oh, but Neverland.
That was a long time. I think that was more buggy. There's been some queue hangs floating around this client for quite a while now.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long.
Well, there we go. Wilds or Epicure? Probably Epicure. Okay, now we even have a curve out for 3 guaranteed, so yes, definitely Epicure. Visionary into stinging the Epicure. And it's already not doing anything else. If we do the Dancer, maybe that's a thing we could consider instead. Dancer, send both, but I think probably no matter what, we're stinging. Hey, look, it is the Dancer. We got exactly the card I was saying could make us reconsider. Because we could even play the Suitor. We don't have a 2-drop to play, though. I think stinging is fine here. Yeah, if we had something to do with the 2 mana, then it would be kind of cute. But let's just sting. Another Comer, nice. These get very good in multiples, in my experience. And Oppo with a good-looking deck here. Really need a mountain, or sorry, a swamp to downfall and bleed dry. So looks like we're going to Evolving Wilds for a swamp. And we could guest and send both, but we'd be trading the Visionary off in exchange for basically being able to suitor into guest. Just like Wilds and guest. Yeah, then we can maybe send those two and leave the Visionary back. I like not sending the Visionary, so let's not give up our Visionary yet. Yeah, I could use the Visionary even, but I certainly like getting the Swamp guaranteed. I guess we could do the Visionary and then see, but this all just seems fine with what we have in hand. So I'm going to do the thing of using what we've got. Also, you know, we got an air attack that could really pressure our life total. It's not like you do this forever. You kind of do it once. So you get a one-shot with the Visionary if it's going your way. I mean, how are we beating 3 points in the air each turn is one of our main questions here. It's really painful to have to use removal on these. And they're going to win the attrition war with a play like that. And playing a lot of 2-for-1s against our 1-for-1 removal. You like Visionary and Flip? Yeah. If not, what else are we doing? We can do the suitor, play a land, and then we'd have 4 after that. Yeah, we could play a mountain, use 3 mountains to suitor, attack in, and actually have Bleed Dry and Hero's Downfall up during combat. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, we might just double spell or, you know... Let's see how they block, though, of course. Like, if they go Cavalry on Guest, there's a real argument for going ahead and... yeah, like... If they go with this, I think we've got to go ahead and just take out one of these Combers. It exiles... And then we get the other one. Well, we can't respond to it coming back, but we can follow up after it's landed, right? So I'm going to do it. And now, yeah, they can get this stuff going. Yeah, it does suck. I mean, they're going to get more flyers. So I don't know. Just a tough matchup against these weenie flyers in our kind of removal deck. Yeah. But this is where Mike was talking about, like, not being able to get the Comer out from under them means that they get value from it. I don't know if we have the tools to chew through all these 1/1s, though. That's what I mean. Like they doubled up here. You know, this is tough. It's tough. And now maybe we need to like trade off for the spirit. Deadly Dancer kind of done its thing here. I think we need to trade. We could also trade Visionary, yeah, if we're afraid of the damage here. I was thinking we might need the card value, but yeah, I suppose we can just get rid of the thing that's going to hurt us anyway. All right, all right, all right, all right. We can Harvester and Rending Flame. Get rid of all this nonsense and only be mostly?
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Yeah, let me think about the swing first here. There's no reason to do anything before swinging, yes. Cannot block anything except the Minister. Everything else flies. Hold on, I'm way down in the old memes.
Too slow.
The life gain from here, I don't know, math is hard. You tell me if we're winning. I can't quite math it out. Might need to get the Minister to as the biggest life swing creature on board right now. Downfall in response to Minister is interesting. That's if we don't want to do the Minister. I like rummaging away the mountain. I guess we have try for the kill. 12 mana. Pump. Right? Yeah, I guess we do this. All right, so we do this and pump and threaten to pump twice. Is there pausing there? Ooh, there is a pause. Darn it. Darn it. We would not be dead on the crackback if they've got something for this. Do we go for it? Yeah, do it once and see what they do. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, they let that happen. All right, I'm not gonna go for lethal here. They're pausing. There's nothing that explains the pause. I'm going to save the downfall and not risk it. Just so. Do we do it now, though, just because we want... Nah, now we accept this damage and downfall. Right? Anyway, this is just happening. Math just wants their Minister dead now. Boy. That feels like we lose a long game doing that. I'm going to say... yeah, let's just end here. I mean, that doesn't make you the bad guy. Are you telling me to play End the Festivities, Timber? I don't think so. Yeah, that's the other thing. We are presenting lethal. I think we go with the mic line. Because if they go to do something that is lethal here, then we respond with a downfall. And if they don't kill us here and they come up with one blocker to stop us, we win. Two creatures? Had to be two. It just had to be two. So let's cycle first if we're going to cycle this. No. So downfall the ancestor as the life gain mechanism, and we still have outs to potentially win here. Hey! 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 As if it wasn't enough. All the Millhouses.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yeah, that's why Statuette is good in that spot. Do you want me to lay out a bunch of spots where where Statuette is actively bad? Because I could do that too. A very inconsistent card, it seems like to me. That was it. We had to win that turn, too, so that was a nice one. Sure, curving out. Visionary into guest. I like it. And then we can invite someone to some pain. Yes, just making sure we're not being overly results-oriented, Math. Making sure we are aware of it as a data point and not some, this is what it does every time. I mean, again, I can name times where it would suck. We know conceptually there are times where it would not do what we want it to do. We had two ways. We added an extra 3 power of attacking, and we found a spell to actually just kill the second blocker. Epicure, come on. Late as late can be, Epicure. And now I still just like the Visionary here. We'll find a spot for the Epicure later. Still not super impressed by this card, gang. I can see how it belongs in this deck, but I'm not super impressed by it. I'm not like, whoa, I've seen the light. I'm like, yes, I see how it's playable here, but this card still has some issues from a power standpoint. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the plan. I'm curving out I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, and then we'll see where we're at. Start, maybe do the visionary. You like offering the 3-1? Yeah. I'm going to get value. I want value out of that. I don't like offering. You don't think they're blocking? I like no blocks here. I mean, you want, you know, they have the, we can make them discard a card to not trade. Well, we have another, we have another chance. I just like racing. It doesn't matter if we're not attacking or blocking if we have a long game plan to out-resource our opponent and win the game. I really kind of like racing here, especially we have invitation to... I'm saying no blocks. I don't like that I'm running so counter to the vocal chat right now, but I'm going to go with what my brain is saying to do with this game. Now I like guest, offering for squad, trampling over for a blood token, socialite, having a couple blood to work with, and wedding invitation, and 5/5 menace lifelink that can't be blocked. I mean, 5/5 menace lifelink, I guess the menace becomes irrelevant, but you see what I'm looking at there. Yeah, we could visionary, I guess. I just don't mind the socialite play here. And again, if we find a 5-drop, I'm a little sad. Yeah, I'm not going to do the visionary. That's why I just didn't plan to do it this turn. So I'm going to say send guest and then play socialite. That's my plan. Did we have the play? No, Oppo had the play, right? So they're stuck on 3. Is that reality here as well? I should be paying closer attention to that. Yeah, you visionary before land drops. I was just not planning to visionary this turn. And then chat started talking about it. Because a 4/3, because I want to get a free card out of it and then have a 4/3 to jam with? I don't understand why it's that hard to understand that I'm just trying to get another card's worth of value out of the visionary. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but you should at least be able to understand where I'm coming from. No, I'm good. I'm just saying I'm not saying I'm 100% correct. I'm just saying that's why. Is this a race situation though? Maybe we just misunderstand what this situation is. Well, I was saying that the wedding invitation helps with the lifelink and helps with that race, but I don't think necessarily that we're just in a pedal to the metal, everybody's tapping out everything each turn. But am I being too stubborn? Am I supposed to be making this trade here? Again, I don't know. I feel like with the wedding invitation, I'm just going to continue to do my line, especially as we play Epicure and threaten to block this thing for a freebie. That's another reason. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should have done it before. I acknowledge that I'm not sure that my lines have been correct this game, but I've had my reasons for them, and blocking now seems really bad. Yeah, I don't want to do sunk cost fallacy, but in this case, it's not about sunk cost fallacy. It's about literally wanting the Epicure to do the job that we were thinking of having the Visionary do, which I know you get. And now maybe is the time to Visionary, though. Let's start there. We can go to 10. You know, we're going pretty low here, but again, Wedding Invitation gets us a lot back. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And actually, we have 3 mana. We actually have a couple spare here. And do we have any? We have the 1 mana aura. We have the gift left. So let's pitch to start. Yeah, I know, but I'm going to do this first. Like, there's a lot of ways to get the draws here. I'm going to start here. I should have kept a swamp, though. We have a lot of mountains. I think we're going to end up rummaging away at all, though, so it doesn't really matter. Nice, Siriana. Well done. Get them into Magic, send them to their first GP. They grow up so fast. I wonder what Oppo's doing. Getting a snack. There we go. Hey, Downfall. That'll help, but it's still not what we want to do here. We're just going to go... I mean, we could do it. We have Downfall plus Epicure, but I'm going to get the life. I'm going to Wedding Invitation and Epicure, and we could even potentially 2-spell if we find that enchantment, that aura. Maybe we don't... Well, I want the life link, so I'm going to do it anyway. It already had good attacks. That's the thing. It doesn't need the falter effect to get through, but I want the life link. And we get to rummage at the end of their turn. And this is what I'm talking about, where my lessons about where I've been underrating blood tokens is, for me, largely around how efficient 1 mana is to at this point of the game. Like, I'd rather... This is better as a blood token than a clue token right now, right? We effectively get to draw a card for 1 mana instead of 2, and that's pretty darn powerful. Oppo still with some solid attacks here. Minister up one of those 2/2s, and they could send everything. But I'm Epicuring the Spirit here, the 3/1, regardless. Yeah, I registered for and went to the Modern GP in Portland in 2018. 2018, late 2018. And got there and was like, why are you going to be dead money in a modern GP, Ryan? Why don't you draft all weekend? And I went up to the counter and said, can I withdraw from the main event, please? It has not started yet. I would like to use that money on side drafts instead, please. Oh, well, Modern Horizons 1 GP main event was limited. I'm just saying, what the heck was I doing playing in a constructed GP as opposed to doing side event limited? Especially just because, I mean, I like constructed, but I was dead money. I was not going to win anything in that event. Like, never. Oh, sorry, we're going to do this. Remember how it's good as drawing a card? I mean, it's the same card, but look how much deeper into our library we are now. All right. Welp. Now we're staring at each other, it looks like. This can't block, though. I could offer up the spirit for it. Sure. I mean, it's not blocking, so what else am I doing with it? I don't want to wait until it has no good attacks. Now it can at least trade for stuff. Can't figure out if Oppo's just seriously in the tank this game or whether they're like fighting with their significant other in the middle of this game or something. You know what I mean? Like they're just not plugged in fully, it seems. I wouldn't understand that. Yeah, that could be. It could just be them not understanding their own fleeting spirit, but weird. I got some UI over their hourglasses. I can't even quite see it. Normally, my opponent's hourglasses are not the issue around here, if you know what I mean. Yeah, could be DC. I'll take it. I will take it. What are we at? 6? Is this for the 7-0? I'll take the disconnect 7-0. Bring it, Magic Gods. I want the free disconnect 7-0. Yeah, we'll take it. That's still profit, baby. All right, maybe that wasn't the best TV, but I'm trying to have fun with it. Still counts. Well, Siriana, I hope to meet you someday at a GP on the West Coast. I doubt I would like travel to the East Coast for any kind of GP. I don't think I'll be going to Vegas or anything. I don't have the time and resources to do that right now. But definitely, if we get anything Magic Fest related in the Pacific Northwest, we're going to have a Going Optimal Fest along with it, okay? Dak was pretty good, turns out. Oh, yeah. Who's our third, Alexis? Chris Kelly can't play in him, right? He's still working at Wizards. We need to have like the ex-WotC killer squad. Allie. If Marshall does a team event at this point, he does it with Luis and somebody better than me. He does it with they'll do a limited resources thing, right? They'll do Luis, Marshall, and somebody else from the Channel Fireball suite of entertainers. If it works out though, if maybe his teammates aren't going to be like Luis isn't coming to the Seattle GP or something, then absolutely. If not a team up with Alexis, like if Marshall were free, it would be fun to do like Brian Wong, Ryan Spain, Marshall Sutcliffe. That would be a fun local old school LR team. Yeah, we'll figure it out when it happens. I should just be done with this, though, and say our farewells to YouTube. Talking Magic Fest, because we're hoping to be indoors playing Magic with strangers again in large quantities at some point again in our lives. Thanks for hanging out for that. A nice 7-0. Maybe it portends good things to come this afternoon for me in the sweatsuit in about 4 hours. But maybe I got my wins out of the way and I'm doomed. I don't know. Gonna have fun though. Later, had fun now. Thank you so much for hanging. Catch you at the next one.